The matter of God's existence is an experiential one, not the one for debate. The more a person experiences God's presence within, the more enlightened life they will be able to live. पंडित श्री राम शर्मा आचार्य. बुक टाइटल विवाद से परे ईश्वर का अस्तित्व. गॉड्स एग्जिस्टेंस इज बियॉन्ड डिस्प्यूट. बुक इंट्रोडक्शन. God's existence is a common question for which powerful arguments and counter-arguments can be made. Proving the point in its favor cannot verify the existence of God beyond any doubt. At the same time, proving the point against it cannot disprove it altogether. Believing in God means to believe in God's authority, His divine laws and ideas, and behaving accordingly. There are people who do say that they believe in God but fall relatively short of ideals, morals, and ethics. God's existence has become questionable these days because of such fake believers. They have provided enough ammunition to unbelievers in their attempt to disprove God. There remains no fear about punishments for sins or any attraction for meritorious and selfless actions for unbelievers. They encourage the ideology that this life is the only life and there is nothing beyond at all, and therefore eat, drink, and be merry. So, does God really exist? And if it's so, how can we know? Many of us have this question every now and then. Before you resign yourself to following the crowd, you must read this book in which the author has gone into an in-depth exploration of the topic from belief, philosophical, investigative, rational, and scientific points of view, and given myriads of exciting and unique anecdotes and supportive evidence. You will find some significant comparisons between the Upanishads and other scriptures about the divine and modern science about the truth in the physical realm. Both are looking at the same thing, but from their perspectives. You will also discover the relations of the individual soul and the supreme soul. How an individual soul can realize the supreme soul. The divinity manifesting as divine gifts in humans and other living beings right up to the primitive ones and the vegetation. Some glimpses of the soul expressing as inner consciousness managing all cellular and subcellular physical functions in a fantastic, infallible way, and how they can be modulated through spiritual means. The mystical loving relationships among all living beings, hinting at the universal soul interlinking them all together, and so on. As we all share the same divinity, we should live as members of a more prominent universal family, behave accordingly, and express our humanity through wisdom, benevolence, kindness, compassion, goodwill, caring and sharing attitude, and peaceful coexistence. Few excerpts from the book. A mind is a dependent tool. It cannot go in any direction of its own will. Its thinking will flow only in that direction, decided by its governing authority. The underlying authority that gives direction to the mind is known as the soul. Various body and mind activities are driven by prans or life forces, namely pran, apan, vyan, udan, and saman. When the master life force departs from the body, its functions will come to a standstill, even though the place and the roles of the subsidiary life forces still remain the same. When the driving influence of the master life force stops, the body will become motionless and devoid of life and consciousness, even though the body parts still appear to be the same. The aforesaid operating master life force is, in fact, what is known as the Atma or the soul. The outlook of those people is mortal, one who has yielded to greed and attachment, and who is eager to fulfill their cravings and yearnings. Such people are like the living dead or zombies. Conversely, they are regarded as immortal who have far-sighted wisdom and welcome any hardship they may have to suffer in the present moments so as to make the future of their infinite life better. When unworthy elements and filth enshroud the soul, it becomes soiled and suffers misery by staying in deprived pitiable, and troubling conditions. Its spotless form would start manifesting again as soon as these layers of dirt are removed, just the way we would begin to see our clear reflection in a dusty mirror when we wipe it clean. This is what is known as self-realization. In other words, it is known as seeing or realizing God. Truth represents God in view of science. Its pursuit can be termed as discovering the truth. In this way, science can also be regarded as a believer in its own way, and its pursuit of finding the truth can be termed as its worship of God. Believing in God involves singing, listening to, and contemplating the praises of God. God is a sum total of all virtues. The goodwill gestures of purity, compassion, motherly love, kindness, generosity, and so on are the divine gifts one can have with the grace of God. Having equipped with such belief, one should engage in regular methodical worship to learn and integrate divine virtues to get closer to God, and in this way become more and more devoted to their character building and society. Belief in God serves as a competent and capable companion to those who are walking along the worthiest path. It will not only keep providing them with necessary inspiration but also assure them of needed help all along. We should first learn to love ourselves so that we become suitable to love God. We should fulfill our obligations so that we can attain suitability to be closer to God. Only the person whose inner being is full of love and who has thinking and actions brimming with love would receive God's love. God's light would only descend to a person who is ready to burn themselves like a candle to emit light of brilliance. It would have been better if we human beings would have regarded as an integral part of the world family, made of all living beings and not claimed to be the master and the controller of all. The beauty of family balance would have been nicely maintained if it was so. Our intellect should be brimming with the cordial feeling of kindness and compassion toward all living beings. This is what being a human being entails. It isn't just enough to be respectful and kind towards fellow human beings. Few topics covered in the book are the proof of the existence of divine authority and its ways, human intellect and its limits, transcendental nature of the divine, karma, who can receive God's love, the universal soul and its glimpses, the divine expressing as love among all living beings,